Come on. I mean, look at what they're seeing.
That's the best part of the show. Just
What
you
are
and
we
not me.
supposed to do? Like, just not do anything for 30 seconds?
Yeah, we're
Just stare at the camera?
for anybody who's not aware, there's a slight delay from the broadcast to when we are doing anything. So we hit go live, but you actually see about like 10
Right.
seconds beforehand.
Yeah, like you haven't seen me punch Christian in the face
But
yet.
it's really about to happen. So that's why it's always super cringe and weird when we start the show. I could probably.
Whoa, a nice cold brew said, I literally just found out I'm going to be a dad.
Congratulations. Literally?
Wow.
A nice cold brew. You need to tell us how you found out. Was it a text? How do you literally find? You can't be finding out that information.
Are you on Maury right now?
How are you finding out that information while you're watching the Cooligans live on YouTube?
Yeah, I feel like you're really good at multitasking, bro. You're going to be a great dad.
Babe, I hear what you're saying, but I'm busy right now, okay?
Bro, is there a way you could give me this information? A dad? Me? Wow, absolute flood the chat with applause.
That's right.
Please put those clap emojis, please, for a nice cold brew.
All right.
You put not that y'all care, but I just found out. Why would we not care?
What are we, monsters?
Huh?
Okay.
You know the best part about this news is that it's not mine.
Okay. I'm. You know what? It's also not mine.
Isn't that a relief? Hey.
All right, we're gonna have a crushed ice cold brew, maybe a baby ice. I don't know what.
Hey, here's a cold brew for you. Let me block the company.
There it is.
By the way, I usually get a bigger one. Isn't it bigger than this?
Occasionally, yeah, you usually do.
They charged me for a large and gave me
Wow,
this.
inflation, bro.
No, not inflation. It's scam-a-lama ding dong.
Okay. Michael Raymond said, hey, what's up, y'all? Glad to join these legends. Yes, we're also excited to join an ice cold brew, okay? The ice cold brew said it was this morning. All right, well, congratulations. Nonetheless, really, really cool.
Nicole Hack says, hello, NBC Legends, which is what we've requested them to call us over at NBC. They refuse.
What's good, everybody? If you listened to yesterday's podcast, you heard all about on Prem Show what happened
Just our
over the weekend. You got a little sneak peek. We were hanging out with all the Premier League legends.
I mean, for some reason, Twitter gave you that photo when we tweeted out that we were going to be here. That's not the thumbnail for this YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't know.
So once again, you saw us hanging out with legends.
You saw it twice.
People were like, are they going to use this photo for everything? And the answer is most likely yes.
Well, I've tattooed it on my back.
I tattooed it across my butt cheek.
Okay.
And guess which part is my face? Because I was in the middle.
Nick Red said, you mean NBC Begins?
Bro.
Okay, that's, apologies for saying it incorrectly.
These two also said blamma blamma bang bang, which I don't know what that means, but.
I don't want that to start to be a thing. What a terrible.
How many things have you said? Please don't.
I don't want to add that button to our soundboard.
I don't want to make that a thing, and then it's become a thing.
Okay.
You said Blamar, and the rest of the chat was like, we need to get involved as well as he did because it made Alexis nearly collapse.
So today is shouts to US. We got to focus a lot on all the things in the MLS playoffs, NWSL playoffs. There's too much to discuss. Before we get there, I do want to make sure we talk about the Ballon d'Or because that was recorded. The presentation happened after we recorded our show.
Yes.
So we'll get to that as well.
Can we talk about how stunning Trinity Rodman looked?
That's gonna be there.
Oh my God, was that a full latex dress, bro?
Bro, we will. That's in the agenda. We're gonna talk about it. But
wild.
Hello, as always. Welcome.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.
Thank you, Poppy, for welcoming us again. Welcome to the Cooligans. Shout out to all the Meadowlark, Levitard family tuning in. We appreciate
Just all our new fans who heard about us via NBC.
Yeah, there were some people, who saw us on there and were like, and they're hitting us up. That's the thing. Sometimes, we haven't changed. We're the same people. We're still putting out that quality content we've been doing
Bro,
since
we've
day
been
one.
doing this below your radar.
Okay. And then now all of a sudden that we got the NBC cosign, the Rebecca Lowe cosign, then they're like, okay, I'll hit that follow button. I'll hit that subscribe button.
You know what? Maybe I will watch.
Okay.
There was a guy last night at the NYCFC game, and as I'm leaving, he goes, yo, man, that's a really cool scarf. Where'd you get that? And I was like, I don't know. I just got it. And he goes, do you know where I could get one? I go, here you go. And I gave it to him, and he goes, what? Really? And his wife was like, are you sure? And I go, yeah. Hey, just follow the Cooligans. And he goes, all right. I got a message from him saying, hey, man, I've seen your stuff time and time again. I didn't realize that was you.
Wow.
I've seen some of your clips. Now I'm following. I'm going to check out all your stuff. Thank you so much. That was really cool of you. No problem. I'll give all of you scarves if you just hit this
Bro, we
goddamn
need
subscribe
about like
button.
70,000 more scarves, and we will be good to go.
We got a plan here, okay? We're just going to walk around in scarves.
I don't think
I'm going to wear like 15 scarves at once. And when someone goes, hey, man, nice scarf, I'm going to, here you go. Subscribe to the Cooligans.
I don't think people understand. Brands don't respect you if you don't have like 100,000 subscribers.
Bro, you know how many times we've been told, hey, you guys are the most talented people we could possibly get for this. But there's a guy who does, keepy uppies off his forehead with shampoo bottles. And he's got 3 million subscribers. So he's going to get all of that money. And then if you guys want, you guys get access if you fly yourselves here.
We'll give you some scarves. That's all they offer us.
And I'm like, give me them scarves because I got a plan.
Okay. We're going to flip these scarves.
You think scarves? I can't figure out how to use that?
So that's 100% a real thing. So yes, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button wherever you see us. We appreciate it. And we're here live on YouTube. So if you are watching and you're not a subscriber, absolute madness.
Crimson Pizza, but whoa, new people get scarves? It was a 1 scarf trade.
Okay. So, I do want to start with the Ballon d'Or ceremony. And obviously, we mentioned briefly yesterday, Karim Benzema should win it. And that's exactly what happened.
When I saw he float out HD cuts to get his haircut, I said, oh, the man winning.
Yeah, but the one fun tidbit from that, from his Ballon d'Or win, his victory, was that he brought his girlfriend to the ceremony, but he also brought his son and the baby's mom. So he brought the baby mama, the girlfriend, and his kid.
He brought drama.
Nah, bro. He's like,
the Dramondor, bro.
You're all celebrating with me. Okay, we did this together.
Yo, you think I can't be a winner in front of my baby mom and the new girlfriend that hates her? Nah.
So you would imagine there's somewhat of a healthy relationship. It could be that happens all the time, with I think hopefully it works out with an ice cold brew and his lady that he's not in this exact situation. But
you know what you should do, right? When you go take your family photos, invite your ex.
Okay.
If Karim could do it, why can't you?
Okay. We need to all be more like Karim Benzema. Okay. Big body Benzema, bro.
He's like the way less toxic version of Future.
Yeah, it's like if Future could be as toxic as this, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good level of toxicity.
Did I ever tell you the guy I met at JD Sports?
No.
Okay, so I'm in JD Sports. If you don't know, JD Sports is like, I think it's their Foot Locker. I think they might have bought Foot Locker or Foot Action.
Yeah.
They bought Foot Action. I'm in the UK. I need to get a pair of sneakers. So I walk in, obviously all white, low top Air Force Ones. The kids are calling them Fazos. They're uptowns. Stop it. Right? We don't respect G Herbo like that unless you're one of G Herbo's shooters, in which case I can't believe Christian said that. I photoshopped it over my mouth. So I go in there, and the dude, I'm like, yo, like, you got to talk to somebody, and then they go get you the shoe. You can't just, like, pick up the shoe and, like, hold it.
Right.
You got to find somebody with the, you know what I mean? So I see a guy with a, and I'm like, yo, I need the blah, blah, blah. I'm 10.5 US, so that's 9.5 UK. Can you just get me a pair? He goes, you need to try it on? I said, absolutely not. I said, as long as there's no creases on it, I'm buying it. He's like, boom, got you. And I go, hey, man, have you ever heard that you look exactly like Fredo, that rapper from out here? And he goes, yeah, I hear that a lot. He goes, but yo, I don't really like British rappers. I like rappers from where you from. I'm like, oh, you like only American rappers? He goes, that's it. I go, who's your favorite? He goes, Future. I was like, oh, you like the toxicity? And he goes, bro, it's why I listen to him. He goes, yo, I want to be just like him. He goes, yo, I got like 3 or 4 girls right now. All know about each other, all mad at me. He's like, but yo, they still let me pipe. I was like, oh no, I'm stressed out for you.
Wow. I'm like trying to juggle it in my own mind, and it's giving me anxiety.
I was on the escalator, like, did he say they all let me pipe?
Who was it that sent that infamous tweet? J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. She goes, hey, big fan. He goes, you coming to the game? She goes, yeah. He goes, trying to get that pipe?
Yeah. It's a fair question. All right, you're trying to get to.
That's how you get consent, folks.
All right, the way the kids do it in 2022, a little bit different.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This was the photo. These are some of the photos. So he brought his girlfriend, he's brought his ex, and he brought.
Board Martin goes, I like that hoodie, Alexis. Waits for Alexis to offer me hits so to subscribe. I'm just gonna be standing there naked, be like, everyone cool? You got one pair of socks, you got my underwear.
But look, but Benzema brought his mom, his girlfriend, and his ex and his son to help, to watch him celebrate. But then this was the controversy, was that his girlfriend and his ex,
His baby mama.
look very much alike. A lot of people thought it was the same person.
The kid got a type.
The kid got a type, and that's what it is. So
If you broke up with your lady, would your next girl, you think your next girl would look a lot like her?
no, I've never.
Like, no.
I'm like, no,
No, he said that.
I'm done with that type.
I'm done with this look. I'll never go to that look again. The speed at which you said no just now is going to cause an argument when you get home.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You don't.
I heard.
You don't get back up to the buffet to get the same thing.
Yeah, no, man. I had that already. I'm here for them crab legs.
Okay, it's a charcuterie board.
Oh,
You gotta mix it up.
God. The speed at which you said no.
No, the reason
I know a guy at JD Sports. I gotta introduce you to.
The reason I was gonna say no was because none of my serious girlfriends or any girl I've dated has been the same background. First girl from Puerto Rican.
No one ever looked the same.
No one ever looked the same. First girl from Puerto Rican. Second,
You don't care, man. You just swinging it around.
was Pakistani,
Mm-hmm.
and then my wife is white, I guess,
Yeah,
Jewish,
a Jewish white lady.
Jewish white lady.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's great.
Mm.
I'm hoping I don't have to go back to the buffet, but you know.
You might have to after the way you said no that quick, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You might want to block this on your girl's phone.
Michael Raymond said, "Hey, Christian, you need a couch. You got one behind you."
We got 2 of them, bro.
We got 2 right
Hey,
there.
we got one for the beginning of the week, one for the end of the week. My G was like, hell no, I ain't going back to that.
Paulo Nelson said, "Hitting that rainbow."
Yeah.
Sounds such a great, what a great saying.
What else you got to check off before you get a free sandwich at this brothel, my G? Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
I'm upset I asked you that.
Andrew Johnson said, "For real, would you? I guess to you, would you go for an Italian girl again?"
For me? Maybe.
Answer correctly, bro.
Maybe. But luckily, I'll never have to make that decision because I'm going to be with my lady for forever because we're very happy. And I ain't going down the same road Christian is. I'm going to be standing there going, yo, you should stop beating him amongst the face because we need that for our podcast. That's what I'm going to say to your lady.
Okay. I get that you're
Yeah,
upset,
yeah.
but it's causing people to ask a lot of questions.
Only way you can hide the bruises with a T-shirt. Just like my mom used to do as a kid.
Okay, so congrats to Karim Benzema.
my
So
God.
I wanted to make sure we spoke about that before we moved on. But let's get right to it. MLS Cup Playoffs.
Let's go.
Let's go back through. They obviously started last week.
Graham Raby called you Mr. Worldwide.
Bro, thank you.
Darling.
Bro. Okay, where my shades at?
Oh, that hurt my soul, bro.
Okay, the MLS Cup Playoffs. Let's start with the game that we attended last night. We
Beautiful.
went to Citi Field.
There was so we talked to players that weren't able to be on the field because of injury, and amongst fans, analysts, reporters, there was such a varied sort of prediction. Like, I don't know, the confidence levels were so weird for this match versus others, and I think it just goes to show like you never really know what you're going to get with NYCFC towards the end of the season. But we said it before. We'll say it again. You got to catch a little momentum.
Yeah.
Seems like maybe the last few games we saw NYCFC play are really who they are, and this momentum is serious.
Yeah, and I would say
if you don't know, NYCFC completely destroys Higuain's going away party 3-0.
Yeah, to the point where there were a lot of like Argentinian legends at the game. We were at we were in one of the suites for a bit with
a little sweet.
Sweet. Okay, not
sweet.
to brag or anything. But SKC
like,
Fan
nope,
TV.
had one of you already.
SKC Fan TV, you may know this gentleman, Maxi Rodriguez. Remember Maxi Rodriguez? I mean, he was a beast in FIFA. That's why I remember.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Argentinian legend. But he was at the game as well to you know.
When do you say Argentine? Have we figured this out?
You say Argentine.
Because he would be an Argentine legend.
I think it's I wouldn't say, I don't know if they're both interchangeable. I thought Argentine is like when it's plural or more. I don't know. Please, somebody who's Argentinian, please, Robin Zaghini or SKC Fan TV.
Yeah. We're really leaning on both of you right now.
And Robin just said Higuain's going away party in a baseball stadium. Yeah, that's where it happened. You know, look, if that game was at Red Bull Arena last night, it would have not been great. It would have been pretty bad. You know,
there would have been a tenth of the attendance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. You know, I still think NYCFC would have won, but the fanfare wouldn't have been the same. And I'm not exaggerating, like pretty bad, because there've been a couple really good games at Red Bull Arena, but it just wouldn't have been the same.
I think the best game I ever attended at Red Bull Arena was the NYCFC, the Derby, where NYCFC won. I think that's the best. I mean, I'm obviously not Red Bull games. I'm sure there have been some incredible during the Henry era and all that, but that was the best for me. The best. Had a wild number of attendance. The audience was crazy. The crowd was wild. It was just fun. There was a lot of celebrities there. Like, it felt like you wanted it. For some reason, this random Hudson River Derby just became a really important game.
Yeah, and it feels like the last.
That was 3-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Right? The
one we went to.
That was 2-1, I believe.
2-1. Okay.
But I love Jason Peña said. Was looking for you at the match, Christian. Was hoping you could point me to a Flow charging station. If you haven't seen the piece of SpawnCon, little sponsored content that I did with Justin Hack, just message me and I will share with you. But no, that was a cool thing to drive around with an NYCFC player.
They got a lot of trust and belief. I was supposed to do one with a player who ended up getting injured, but I was like, you gonna let me drive this dude around? Isn't he important to you?
So the
SKC Fan TV said he's heard it both ways. Argentinian.
Argentinian. You said Argentine.
All right. Well, now there's a third way. So now you've heard it 3 ways.
Like, damn, bro. What category on Pornhub are you clicking on? Argentine.
DJ31 said, yo, que lo que? RD en la casa? What's RD?
República Dominicana.
How did I not know?
Registered dietitian in the house.
You already know. Oh, I don't want to read the rest. To me, it's just DR. So RD really threw me for a loop there. I'll tell you this, last night at Citi Field, I'm not mad. Better stadium and food. So can we say that? I think it's a better experience.
I think everybody's fairly aware of that. Like,
Also, it just seems like the crowd. There's just so many more like soccer fans in Queens.
It's that part of Queens is wild Latino. Okay,
oh.
And they like
it's
soccer
the Latino
a lot.
cultures that like soccer. You know what I mean?
So
you put that in the Bronx and it's like, oh yeah, ¿qué está pasando ahí?
It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean,
¿Cuál es el pitcher?
I think when Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and just Caribbeans, when they saw Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, they're like, we're moving there. You know what I mean? They're like, this is the area we will populate.
Oh, Yankee Stadium? You gotta live near there. I want to live next to Derek Jeter. Okay.
So the energy is just different because there's fans that don't go to Yankee Stadium that do go to Citi Field. And look, it's just everybody now, because the Citi Field matches have been so fun and exciting. Everybody's like, let's put a stadium in Queens?
Can we put it in the parking lot of Citi Field?
Bro,
please?
I mean, look, I'm hearing rumors here and there.
We've been saying the same
every single time
for a year.
Every single time it's always like, we're gonna hear an announcement soon. We're sort of hearing it again, but there haven't been the big like articles about it. But who knows? I hope it happens, but I'll take MLS Cups every year as well. Those will also be
Yeah,
nice.
I could care less where we played as long as we win MLS Cup. So it was just a fun game, and I think you saw once again. I don't know if Nick Cushing has switched it up or maybe
100% has switched it up. It is.
O'Toole also. Where was this guy at the beginning of the season?
Nick Cushing brought out the Thule.
The O'Toole.
Because Kevin O'Toole has been spectacular, and I think he's changed the kind of energy and sort of excitement towards the team. And
also,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
For such a young player, obviously he was the draft pick for NYCFC, and
he don't look young at all, though.
He's playing with a confidence.
He out there. He looking like he got a mortgage.
I feel like after watching him again, playing in Campeones Cup, playing in the NYC hasn't lost since they've won Campeones Cup, and he's a big part of that. And he's been getting a lot of responsibility, but there are some young players on NYCFC that don't play with the same level of poise.
Yeah, of course.
And consistency.
What's going to happen?
Yeah. But for him to be that trusted by the coach and to play in these huge games.
Last year was Tavon Gray.
Right.
Came out of nowhere, really solidified that side. Even when he made mistakes, rebounded, got back, did what he had to do. And we're seeing the same thing from O'Toole on the left side. And let's not get it twisted, bro. Anton Tinnerholm being back is massive.
Yeah, it is huge, right? Yeah, it's you see the difference.
How many of our attacks started on that right side that led to goals? I mean,
but you see
incredible.
the difference in and this is not to knock on Tavon Gray, but I would say Tavon Gray is a better defender and Anton Tinnerholm is a better attacker. I mean, and he's a better passer. You see the decisions that he makes. The goal that
running backwards, I trust Tavon Gray more than Anton Tinnerholm. Running forward, I trust Anton
because
Tinnerholm.
Tavon Gray is a beast of a defender.
Yeah.
But you saw the goal that Maxi Morales scored. It was the pass from Anton Tinnerholm that created it. Santi does the back heel. Maxi scores a goal. They looked incredible. That second half was unbelievable. But I do want to talk a little about Gonzalo Higuain and his. I spoke about it with Tom Boger while he was here, just about his career ending. But now that it's officially done, we saw he was very emotional after the game.
It's got to be emotional. He had a long, career with a lot of ups and downs, but he played for a lot of storied clubs, had a lot of big moments, was a part of a Copa America winning Argentina.
Copa America winning Argentina? Or Argentina winning Copa America?
No, he was a part of a Copa America.
A Copa, okay, got it. It sounded like the trophy won the country.
He was a part of a Copa America winning Argentina. There, see, I know how to do it, dude.
An Ice Cold Brew said Miami was also extremely unorganized in the back last night.
Just like my ex. All right.
Damn, bro, what was that a mess back there? Jeez.
Why are we doing this?
I think I wouldn't say unorganized because it kind of implies that
if you look at the Maxi Morales goal, he cuts across the defenders. I'm not sure who it is that's tracking with him, completely loses sight of him.
Yeah,
and I guess cutting diagonally across the defender.
I would say that
them.
NYCFC were better than Inter Miami were worse at defending. You know what I mean? They were
better at attacking than Miami was at defending.
Yeah. I didn't think Miami was terrible. And I thought DeAndre Yedlin was a threat because he's clearly who was defending. I think it was O'Toole or usually Chanel that he would be going up against. And Yedlin is just one of the fastest players probably in the league still. And so I didn't think they were that bad. But the Santi, who was it? Santi creating that pressure. Like NYCFC had chances that they probably could have finished in the first half. But again, I'm not here to just straight up knock Miami. I thought they held their own in the first half.
The second half was complete.
But I thought NYCFC's defending was just spectacular. Sean Johnson really didn't have that much trouble. Outside of that one strong shot that Higuain took. Higuain was interesting too because I haven't really seen him that many times in person. And this dude is clearly one of the slowest dudes.
I mean, he is Giroud level slow.
He is quite slow, but there's something about his game where you can't get the ball from him.
No.
He's not fast by any means, but everybody, even you try to put two players on him, can get out of it somehow. Even if a fast defender comes in and like
he's been called
1v1
fat his whole career, and he's my goal weight. You know,
So look, it's the main thing I want to highlight is like look, he a spectacular career. I made a joke about how he was in Alexander Collins' pocket the entire game, but look, this dude is a legend of the game. Let's not take anything away from it.
It's sort of sad that he came to MLS and thought in the beginning that it was a bit of a retirement for him. You know, he jokingly said he thought he could play while smoking cigarettes. You know. He didn't take it that serious. By the time he sort of caught up to it, it was a little bit late for his career. Sure. And it led to, sort of what I would say is probably going to be looked at as a not so successful run.
The main thing is he's never had a good game against NYCFC. That's the one thing. There's especially now, and this is why I think NYCFC are going to have a very good.
It's also because we have like a bunch of wild, young, athletic, midfielders and people running in circles around.
You can see and there were a lot of comments and quotes after the game about the players just playing for each other, believing in each other, and we were even talking to some of the players that couldn't dress for the game, and same thing. They believe in each other, and there's a look, I think the decision to play 3 at the back, NYCFC has been playing 3-5-2, or 3, I don't know, 3, not 2, they're not playing with 2 strikers, but they're playing with 3 at the back.
Yeah.
And that is...
they're playing with 3 at the back and then everyone else forward.
It's like, but you see the possession, you see the movement, everybody's kind of bouncing around. It's like we weren't seeing that in the middle of the season. And this NYCFC is a different team than the one that played Montreal early in the season, than the ones that played Philadelphia early in the season. This is
now, we've now switched, that transition from Ronnie Diala's team to Nick Cushing's team has happened.
I agree.
And I don't know. I guess it was the Campeones Cup where it all clicked.
I think so.
Because Alexander Collins has been on another level since then.
Look, the injuries really hurt the team, but they look like they've settled, and they're playing the way Nick Cushing wants to play.
Not even at full strength.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be wild. So I'm excited about the rest of these playoffs, but I want to talk about the previous week's matches because there were a couple that were exciting. Obviously, we have to talk about Red Bull losing to FC Cincinnati at Red Bull Arena. Loves that button, bro.
I guess we finished talking about it.
Dude, it's easy for us to make jokes, clearly. But let's try to figure out what the hell happened. Because I feel like this is year in and year out. The constant disappointment, losing the playoffs.
Though. I thought Gerhard Struber was going to be like bringing in a different mentality, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would be bringing in a kind of never give up type of vibe. And I don't know what has to change for the club to sort of make a sustained run in the playoffs. I don't know if it's the way they go about their season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that they put so much focus because they're such a European-based club. They put so much focus on the supporter shield. You got to win these games. You got to be at the top of the table. You got to be this. You got to be that. Maybe it's that. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like the playoffs, for some reason, they're always at like 60% effectiveness.
Yeah, look, when we were at the Premier League Fan Fest, there were Red Bull fans that were there, and there's nothing we can say.
Remember that guy was like, "Dude, I love you guys. Oh, I'm Arsenal till I die." And I was like, someone said Red Bull. He goes, "Yeah, dude, can't believe we lost." I was like, "Oh, I'm an NYCFC fan." He goes, "Dude, I fucking hate you." Dude. Like, he went from "I love you."
This changes everything.
Yeah, I never loved you. I was lying. That's not your kid.
The main thing is there's nothing we can say that is going to upset Rebel fans more than New York Rebels themselves.
Nick Redman just said, "Can't blame Struber for the front office. He's not great, but having players with talent might be an idea."
So this is and that's the point I was going to get to because I have this in front of me.
Can I have a button that says like nerd time? Because you're like, I have a chart.
Okay. I'm just saying for the audio listeners, they don't know what I'm talking about, but I do have, this was a at Stat Hunting, which is a dude we follow. He's like, I guess he's like a statistician or something, but he's a big fan of MLS. And he makes charts and tables in relation to MLS. So he made one about MLS salaries, and who's at the bottom?
Would it be New York Red Bulls?
It was New York Red Bulls with $9.6 million per year on their salaries.
Who's at the top?
Toronto FC with $32.2 million. So they did not make the playoffs. Somebody did the calculation. I don't know if it's here, but basically something like TFC spends about $600,000 per point, and Philadelphia Union, who are second year. So how much you spend doesn't necessarily mean
It doesn't equate to much. I mean, it depends on, I guess, your academy.
Scouting and academy. I mean, Philly they do absolutely incredible work.
Philly does three things really well. They have really incredible scouting, as you mentioned. They have an incredible academy that develops amazing players. And also, they continue to give oysters to the Aronson family.
Okay, a little aphrodisiac.
You know what I mean? I don't know why Jade is playing.
Did he? Who was it that said this? Was it you or the Aronsons? That there's a sister. They have a sister also.
No. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, it wasn't you.
Erling Haaland has a sister named, or a cousin, a first cousin named Alexis, who's playing in Texas A&M, and she's scoring buckets.
Okay. I believe the Aronson family. I believe there's a sister that also plays soccer. So hey, if I'm incorrect about that, please. I hope there's a sister that.
What did they put like a net in the?
I think there is. Yeah.
In the fireplace. Growing up.
Okay, you got to buy a lot of balls, I guess.
Hey.
Philadelphia Union are, I guess, what is it? So first place, I guess, would be TFC, and then I guess 28th place. How many teams do we have now? I forgot how many we have.
Probably 70, 75. Andrew Johnson said, "I for one am happy that the Rebels lose and lets their talented players go for cheap." That's obviously a Derek Etienne.
Sure. But so it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to spend more money to be successful, but the fact that they refuse to spend more money to be successful is kind of ridiculous.
Del Boy's 100% right. For those of you listening, you won't see this. No, look at the chart. Pull the chart back up.
Okay.
He says, the chart looks like Guile from Street Fighter looking in the distance and regretting his decision.
What?
His choices in life. It really does, dude.
Where do you see that? This is like one of those...
Guile has that haircut. The gray is his face. The hair? Wow.
Oh, I kind of see it.
Yo.
What? Yo, that's trippy, bro.
Yo, Del Boy, what acid did you drop before we started this show?
Hilarious. Okay, cool. Nice Street Fighter reference. Love it. I love it.
Wow.
I'm actually very good at Street Fighter. Do you ever play Street Fighter?
Justin Freeberg said Aronsons do have a younger sister and she can ball.
Okay, see.
There we go. I was good at Street Fighter until people started all the combos. Everything was combos.
Right.
Someone's pulls out a rocket all of a sudden. People are floating.
That's Marvel versus Capcom more, but regular Street Fighter. I was very good at Street Fighter 2, but then even Street Fighter Alpha, Third Strike.
Oh no, you got way past me.
Crushed it, bro. Anybody want the smoke? Hit me up, dog. All right. So when you see this, look, it's easy to say if Rebels spend more money that they would fix some of their problems, but it's who do you blame? Is it the scouting? Is it because NYCFC are they spent $16 million, so not an incredible amount. More
top half, but closer to the middle.
But you look at the scouting decisions, and it just seems to work out so well. I mean, as far as they bring in players we've never really heard of from Brazil. Gabi Pereira came from Corinthians. Thales Magno came from Vasco da Gama.
Very clearly, their scouts in South America are working extra time, but they also have a club down there, Montevideo City Torque.
Oh yeah, in Uruguay. But
where Tate came from.
And also where Santi came from.
Oh, that's right. Santi came from there.
Yeah.
Even though Santi's Club Nacional.
Yeah. So it's hard to make sense of it. I don't know what it's like. And then the goal that they gave up. Look, Cincinnati, we know have been a strong team this season, a huge threat. And Brandon Vasquez, the goal that he scored, everybody is like they immediately sort of blame Aaron Long for not sort of tracking back and not getting. And also Brandon Vasquez is stupid fast. It's like ridiculous
for his size, especially.
Yeah. He's just like, wow, dude.
You can't be a unit and be quick, bro.
So people were mad at Aaron Long and be like, well, is this the guy where they actually taken to the World Cup and the whole thing? But Brandon Vasquez, who is probably not going to the World Cup, I think he's gonna have a decent playoff run, and it's gonna probably look a little bit ridiculous that he's not there, or at least not. He wasn't brought into the final 2 matches, the 2 friendlies, to even get an opportunity. So it's probably not gonna happen, but. It looks like it might be a real shame because he looks like he's absolutely.
It is, but
crushing
if you're him, who cares if you? I mean, obviously you care, but at this point, it's kind of obvious you're not going to get in the World Cup. There's no point in arguing or trying to prove a point. Try to get yourself to Europe. You know what I mean? Do what Georgi Mihailovic did.
Sure. But so
speaking of that, it's NYCFC's next competition.
That's right.
Montreal looking really good this year.
Yeah, they beat Orlando pretty handily. It wasn't that much of a game for them. But the other match from last week.
Well, Nick Red said blaming Long is wrong. The problem on that goal is Dylan Nealis is slower than Alexis in the toilet and got beat down the side.
Dylan Nealis. Yeah. Well, because it was from a throw-in. They gave up a goal from losing possession after a throw-in. So
at the end of the match,
they play. Rival. They play a high line. They play with a lot of pressure. And there's no reason to, there's no excuse to lose to Cincinnati at home. And that's another thing. When you look at all the photos of Rebel Arena at kickoff, people were walking up to us, showing us photos. I took this photo at kickoff. And it's like, there's nobody there. And I think
it is heartbreaking in a sense because it's a great stadium.
The game was also early, right? I think the game was at noon or 1.
It was noon. Yeah.
So that is also, I don't know.
How is that an issue?
I think that's.
Don't you think it's easier for people to get to a stadium at noon than it is at 7 or 8?
I don't. I don't know. It feels like that's too early. The game should be like at 2 or 3 o'clock. That's like a reasonable time because you have to if you're going with your kids, you got to get up at 8 a.m., 7 a.m., get everything ready. You have to leave at 9.
People aren't comedians. They get up at that time all the time. They get to school
I'm just saying
what time does school start? 9?
School, it depends. No, usually school starts around 8. Usually around 8. Most schools. New York City public schools.
Was it 8? I don't remember what time school started. I thought it was 9.
Yeah. I started. My first class used to be at 8:20 or something like that.
Attendance at 12 noon game is impossible for some like me. I had tickets, but I also have kids who had to go to school, who had school things Saturday morning.
Probably soccer games or, it's a bad time. That's not a good time to have a playoff game. It's absurd. Especially
I don't have kids, so I don't know.
It must have been the television, I guess the broadcaster decided what time the game would be. That's a terrible time for that game.
NYCFC, Say Tali said, would NYCFC, would they have outsold them for a playoff game under the same circumstances at Red Bull? No, because I think a lot of fans just kind of refuse to go there. It's also really difficult for someone in Queens, someone in the Bronx, someone in Long Island, even though I know there's a lot of Red Bull fans that do that. It's not easy. You have to be really committed to go to Harrison, New Jersey. And I know that public transportation is available, but you're talking 2 to 3 different trains for some. That's just a lot.
Right. So hard to explain. Don't know what the hell's going on, but it's getting to the point. I mean, look, as an NYCFC fan, do I want to beat the Red Bulls? Of course, but it gets to a point where the sport.
But you want your competition to be healthy.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing is that the sport in the tri-state area will be better if both teams are really good and both very competitive, and both have fan bases that won't expect disappointment every year in the playoffs.
Right. And also the teams have built a lot of. Do you think Red Bull is thinking about possibly selling? I know that rumor existed at the end of last year.
I don't have that feeling.
Come on, Tyler Adams came through there. The system found, because you have a team in MLS, you found players like Brendan Aronson.
No, wait, you said selling the team? What do you mean?
Red Bull getting rid of the team.
Oh, no, I don't think that. Why?
That was a rumor at the end of last season.
Okay, sure. I don't think there's nothing I've heard that would suggest that at all.
This hasn't worked, right? Wouldn't you say that the Red Bull moniker, the Red Bull idea hasn't worked?
Sure. The easy thing to say is that, but they also have 2 supporter shields. Three supporter shields. So no, you can't say that it's not worked, but it hasn't met the expectations.
I would say based on the attendance of a massive playoff game and the performance.
Bellboy said, "East Coast Chivas USA."
Jesus. Freddie Alarcon said, "I'm back."
Welcome, Freddie.
I I don't know. I think you have to look at this and say what has gone wrong.
I agree. I mean, look,
The talk when Thierry Henry was there is that they couldn't even sell out, but you were like at 90% capacity, 80% capacity. This is like 15% capacity.
Nick Red said there's a rumor that because some really old Austrian guy died recently, that Red Bull is going to get out of sports entirely, soccer, F1, and etc. Interesting.
Wow,
that'd be weird. I mean, that's their foundation of their brand.
Yeah, I would assume they make more on that than selling the drink.
No, I think the sports is what allows them to sell so many of the drink.
No, but I think they actually make more money on all these sports.
Maybe
than they do on the drink. I think that's a larger percentage of their
I don't think so.
Of their portfolio.
Lots of people drink Red Bull. I think that's a multi-billion-dollar company. A multi-billion-dollar product at the very least. Okay. I want to talk about the other match. LA Galaxy against Nashville. LA Galaxy moves on, wins against Nashville at home, which will lead us to another El Tráfico in the playoffs.
It's going to be a big one.
That's going to be a big one. But Nashville getting bumped out in the first round, tough for them for sure.
Wait, wasn't Nashville higher seeded than?
No, they were not.
Than Galaxy.
It was the Western Conference was very close, and LA Galaxy got enough points to get a home game. I think they were 1 point or 2 points above Nashville.
Gotcha.
So Nashville slipping up towards the end of the season really hurt their chances because they could have had a home game at Geodis Park.
But it's nice to see Chicharito in the playoffs.
Yeah, who scored the
Araujo, right?
Julian Araujo. Yes, he scored the goal. Happy for the homie, Julian, who's
SKC Fan TV said New Jersey Sopranos FC. Woke up this morning. When you walk in,
that'd be if Rebels had that intro music, that'd be dope.
The kits that like are sublimated to look like a
suit.
The
one thing that is bittersweet is that I'm a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine, and when Red Bulls score, they play Bulls on Parade, and I love that song so much.
Which aren't they like an anti-global conglomerate band?
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
And isn't that a chant about like the heads of major corporations?
Yeah, but bro, the team name is Red Bulls, and the song has bulls in it.
But that's like if every time we did something dope, we played like "Cooligans suck."
Yeah. Lost more rock and roll than that.
It's got our name in it, though, dude.
Thank you, Zach De La Rocha.
Yo.
But I love that song so much, and every time Red Bulls score and I'm in that stadium, I'm like, God damn it! I feel good, but I hate this as well. But Nashville getting bumped out that early is I would say probably a little bit surprising. I think I favored them more in that game. And there was a huge goal that got taken back from at VAR. Took the goal back. Chicharito's goal.
Yeah. Also, someone said, wasn't there a team in Nice from Asbury Park named the Hitmen a few years back? Remember when we were at Coaches Convention and someone handed us a card for their team in Las Vegas? And he goes, I know you guys do stuff with clubs. This is the coolest club ever.
This
guy was like a walking fedora.
This guy looks exactly what you think he would look like.
Imagine if the guys from the original Columbus Crew logo joined a mafia-themed dance troupe. That's the logo. Can we look it up and put it up? I think it was called like Las Vegas Hitmen or Legends. Oh my God. He handed us this card with the confidence of a man who designed the Eiffel Tower and said, this is the coolest logo in all of soccer.
I don't remember. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to find it.
It's Las Vegas.
It was Las Vegas?
It's got to be Las Vegas.
It was Hitman, though.
It was Las Vegas Hitman.
It wasn't New Jersey?
No. It's Las Vegas. Oh, dude, if we could find this, it is just the most bananas logo. The Las Vegas Mobsters?
No, that's something else.
That's something else. Oh,
yeah, I don't know if we can find it because
I'm gonna look for it.
I have the sticker somewhere because he
gave us
stickers.
It was like, dude, this might have been designed in like 1998, and he gave it to us, and he was like, I know what you thinking. This is the coolest logo in all of soccer.
So I think in Nashville losing in this game, I think is pretty disappointing. But I was genuinely surprised that Galaxy won this game because expected not to have the really fun El Tráfico, but we do have it. So, what are your chances for LA Galaxy going to the bank and actually getting a victory? What do you think? You think they can do it?
The only thing that would have to happen is this is going to have to be LAFC slipping up or Cherundolo being a new coach.
Okay.
Not really understanding playoffs. He's never, maybe I don't know what happened in Las Vegas Lights. He should have been the Las Vegas Hitman. Now that I think about it.
It didn't work out over there.
It's going to have to be maybe there's some type of naivety that gets in the way.
Okay.
That's really the only chance I think. LA Galaxy did look really good against Nashville, though.
They did, yeah. And that was actually, I think, a little bit shocking for me. But if we did I don't know if we did a combined. I guess if we did a combined 11, how many Galaxy players do you think make it in? Maybe I'll put this out to the chat as well.
Great question.
Because it's like I think, position to position, LAFC has it. I mean, they really, really should win this game. But the problem is that LAFC, I think they get caught up in the emotions of the game, and this is where LA Galaxy have tended to be successful in El Tráficos. Is they are a little bit. Maybe they look at themselves as like the underdog a little bit, and they just play with a little bit like, we have less to lose. And
I would also say that LA Galaxy happens to have a coach that is well prepared for these moments.
Yeah.
So there's probably a little bit more of an easier history to sort of prepare, but I don't know. Gareth Bale's not going to get a chance to play. Who cares?
Yeah,
right?
that's it. This has been a weird thing. He hasn't played much. I thought he was just.
This is good. It's good for America, bro.
I agree, but it seems like there must have been something in his contract.
They should double his portions for lunch.
It seems like they've put in maybe there was a clause in his contract of like, I cannot be in any danger and miss this World Cup because you see.
No. I think his plan was to prepare himself for it. He thought he was going to come here and play.
You think he can't even get in the roster?
No, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Whoa, that's a bold statement. I don't think.
Is that not how you saw it?
No, I think he's saying like, no, I don't really need to play this game. You know what I mean? I need to make sure I'm fit enough for the World Cup, and LAFC is not my current priority. That's how I'm interpreting it. Because there's no real reason why he's not playing. He should be playing quite a bit. But they also don't really, really need him.
They don't need him.
They won the Supporters' Shield.
I can see him coming off the bench.
And which he does. And, I mean, there's been some games where he doesn't even come off the bench at all. But that was my thought. I'm like, he just maybe he's prioritizing the World Cup. And you see all these injuries. Diogo Jota just got hurt in the Man City-Liverpool game. He's out of the World Cup. N'Golo Kante.
Some people were picking Portugal to get to the finals.
Right.
Which is insane.
That's not happening.
But now it's definitely not happening.
N'Golo Kante is missing the World Cup.
Yep.
Paul Pogba was like, rumored that might happen, but he looks like he's going to be okay. But there's
a long list. I think Sam Tai always has a note.
Yeah.
Note in his app.
This is going to be a disappointing World Cup, given that it's going to be right after.
Holland's not playing in it at all. Martin Odegaard's not playing in it at all.
In the middle of a season. There's going to be, you're obviously going to have injuries.
What sucks is when the U.S. wins it, they're going to put an asterisk.
I know. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
That's a real shame. By the way, we can't find it. If you guys can find this, please let us know, because this logo was absolutely ridiculous.
See, I don't, look, there's not many. I'm looking at the LA Galaxy lineup, and I'm like, maybe I would, would you take Chicharito over Chicho Arango? Like, he's like, that's like.
No, because Arango's been playing incredible.
Yeah.
Chicharito's a little bit older.
Yeah, but they're both good. And they're both like, I think did Chicharito get more goals than Chicho? Weird that there's so many Chiches.
A lot of Cheech. Not a lot of Chongs.
Okay. So, but I'm excited about El Tráfico. We went to the first one when Zlatan was there in 2019.
A nice Cobru said that he looked it up, $200 tickets for the nosebleeds.
For what?
For that game, El Tráfico.
Oh, yeah.
The one coming up.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's crazy. When we were there, we both almost got arrested.
Yeah.
It was what, $1,200 for tickets in the secondary market?
Yeah, but have you heard, we'll talk, and we'll get to this game now. Austin beat, who in penalties? Why am I forgetting? There's too many damn games.
I love the video you put up where the kid had the...
Oh, yeah, I got to play that in a second. Austin beat RSL in penalties. RSL, and they were down. Rubio Rubin got a red card, but the Austin in their match, now they're going to be playing FC Dallas in their conference semifinal, and first of all, apparently I saw Taylor Twellman tweeted this. The single match tickets sold out in 2 minutes for that game, and
this is going to be in Austin.
This is going to be in Austin.
It's going to be crazy.
In Austin because they were finished above Dallas. So it's sold out in 2 minutes, and now the aftermarket tickets are literally going. It's like between $500 and like $2,000. Austin, they've sold out every single game of their season, and I think they're currently on a record streak in MLS. Like, I mean, look, I went to the home opener, and I thought, I figured the home opener.
Of course, you're gonna fill this.
Everybody's gonna be there, and the energy was wild.
Right.
And they had a supporter section in their first game that looked like, like they've been doing, like it's been for years. Like they've had it. They were organized at the
LAFC was very similar too. You're like 32-52. Was like, damn, y'all practice?
Yeah. But at least LA has like a history of soccer,
Right.
and MLS and Chivas or Galaxy.
Look, you're gonna hear that. You're about to get emails. Okay, Austin has texts. I get it, but we're talking.
But specifically in MLS, that's the only reason. That's the reason I point that out. But they've over done like any kind of expectations. Austin, if you ever get a chance to go to a game, if you go to an away game in Austin, I highly recommend it. It is a wildly entertaining and a little bit different than some of the MLS clubs. It's obviously in Texas. Yeah, we went to like Frisco, but it's not like overly Latino, right?
No.
Austin is like, it's it's Latino, but it's very diverse to the point where like the white people got to learn the Spanish songs. You know what I mean?
Man, hey, sorry. You stepping into our territory. You're more of in a embassy.
Yeah.
When you walk in here.
But that convergence of like cultures in that supporter section is like a little bit more unique than I think some of the other clubs. I'm sure, Galaxy. I would say Galaxy and LAFC are similar, but this like Texas Mexicans look at California Mexicans and be like, all right, we're a little different, okay?
Yeah. We're not really like cholo type.
Right. So that's what the sort of sense you get. So
and then LA Mexicans are like, y'all wearing cowboy boots?
there should be a healthy banter.
Why your pants so tight, my G? Why's your belt buckle so big?
So that game against Dallas.
Del Boy said $2,000 for a ticket. That's a lot of tacos. That's a lot of big ass tacos. Can we talk about that face size taco that they had in Dallas?
Dog, I got you, dog.
Bro, let's go.
Because this
is where me and I want to give credit to FC Dallas because the running joke is that they can't sell seats, and I know in this image it looks like they also can't. But if you pull back, I mean, the stadium was fairly full, and the energy was absolutely incredible for a playoff game there.
So yeah, this we don't know who this person is. I saw this. This was on the broadcast, but the homie Phil West, he's a journalist. He writes for the Striker Texas and a bunch of other outlets. But he had tweeted the video from the broadcast, and you hear the reaction.
Ben just going to put that's a lot of guacamolos.
Is that real?
So funny. But yeah, great callback, bro. We appreciate it.
Yo, it's my favorite rapper out right now.
For people listening and don't know what we're talking about, there was a young man in Dallas, in Frisco, eating a taco, but this is the largest taco I've ever seen.
It's essentially like a large tortilla that you would use for like a healthy chicken wrap. Imagine that folded and fried into a hard shell. And it's filled with what I can only explain is about 9 to 10 tacos worth of food.
Bro,
it's served to you in a pizza box.
It is packed with meats and cheese and lettuce. And
this kid looks like a rat eating a Taco Bell taco, doesn't he?
Bro, it's my man Taco Tui.
Yeah.
This is and shout out to Footy Scran who caught it as well and retweeted it. But this is I'm the more health conscious guy here. As far as I probably wouldn't order this in the concession stand. But Alexis, how are you feeling about this?
I'm afraid of the quality of the food inside of it
Okay.
because it is, a concession. You gotta eat. You gotta eat a taco the size of your face, don't you?
There's something out of like
When you're in Frisco probably doesn't have a culture, right?
Uh-huh.
It's relatively new.
Don't say that.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a relatively new
Okay,
area.
they're figuring it out. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the area.
Maybe
it
like
doesn't have something that's
like a taco culture.
No, it doesn't have something that's like, this is what we're known for. It's
Sure.
mostly malls. We've been there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of malls. It feels like a relatively new area. This is it now. This is what you're known for.
Big ass taco.
You're like, you're getting breakfast tacos in the middle of Dallas? Why don't you come here for this monstrosity of a taco?
Well, this taco seems it's less a meal and more of a dare. You know?
Yeah. You should get a free FC Dallas shirt if you finish this.
Get your picture framed,
Right.
Whatever.
They laughed at us at Everton when I suggested the Everton burger.
Right.
Apparently, you missed out on the Frisco taco.
Because they're ahead of the game, bro.
They're doing the Everton taco.
So pretty wild, and I'm glad it ended up in a victory as well, because FC Dallas did win their game. They won it in penalties. Emmanuel Reynoso gets a goal for Minnesota.
Del Boy said, "Holy moly, how many avocados died so that taco could live?"
So Minnesota had the lead, and then FC Dallas ties it on after I believe a corner, and then penalties. And this is where the game got wild. Also, FC Dallas probably should have closed this game out and won the game, but Dane St. Clair had an incredible second half. He had an incredible extra time, and then penalties is where I think here is when you see when a young goalkeeper, and Dane St. Clair
He made all the right choices, though. He almost stopped the first Panenka. He just about reached the second. I mean, he kind of made the right decisions. It's really not his fault. He just didn't have the power in his foot, and if his hand was an inch longer.
But there's a little bit of, this is sort of why you bring in, it doesn't always work, but you bring in Kepa Arrizabalaga for penalties, right? Just because that's what he does, and he's good at it. But this is where I saw.
I think he's going to get better at it by virtue of this.
I agree. I 100% agree. But the young, when you have a young goalkeeper, there is experience that they don't have. There is they haven't been in those situations often enough. And I thought he looked like a young goalkeeper in those penalties. That's not a knock on him necessarily,
Right.
but I thought FC Dallas handled it well. They always sent him the wrong way, or even if they did, they hit it hard enough to get it past. I thought Minnesota. Well, I thought the FC Dallas goalkeeper, and I apologize, I don't remember his name, but he made the right decisions, or better decisions than Dane St. Clair, but. Minnesota, they just rocketed the ball. There was just the only miss from Will Trapp, who looked a little unconfident.
Took a little hezzy.
Yeah, and you can, and it's a strange thing because if you make it, you're like, wow, he's brilliant. He hesitated and he got the.
Yeah.
But when you missed, you're like, man, your head's not in the game.
Everyone's like, he picked a spot and he went, bruh. If the guy dives that way, you like, there's a little bit of hesitation there. You can always pick it apart.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, penalties are just a crapshoot. You know what I mean? I think all the pressure is on the goalkeeper. You're supposed to on the kicker. The goalkeeper's like, I'm not supposed to stop this at all. So also what I do want to point out is so many European fans are like, you guys have playoffs? Have you seen the celebrations from the players, the energy in the stands?
Dude,
Their playoff soccer is unlike anything else, dude.
Love it. And then Alan Velasco.
They should make that a chopped cheese taco. See, Boyd Martin is coming up with genius ideas, bro.
Alan Velasco scores the last that Panenka, and I believe he's like 20 years old, and
just runs around with hands.
He was also cramping, like he was getting leg cramps all game, and I think he did a Panenka. He's like, I don't have the strength to kick it harder.
He's like, I gotta lock my ankle, bro.
But bro, to do a Panenka on the game-winning penalty.
Balls.
That is a balls, bro.
SKC Fan TV tweeted out and put, "Don't show Chicharito."
That's right.
He's like, I think I'm gonna do it again, bro.
I thought it was when I'm watching the game, I'm like, he's not gonna do that, right? And he did it. He is that guy.
Are you a Panenka penalty taker? You think you're that guy?
I've never taken a Panenka in my
I'm
life.
not- you think first of all, you think I've taken a penalty ever in my life?
I don't know how to take a Panenka. I barely know how to spell the word.
You think you'd have the balls to do that
I think so. In
in a playoff game?
You have a fairly good chance of making it because most keepers dive a certain direction. So it's not like it's a
Wildly high risk, high reward. 'Cause
it's
if,
risky. I don't know if
if
it's
you
necessarily
catch
high
it,
risk.
you look like the biggest idiot on the planet.
That you could look bad, and we saw Chicharito look bad.
That's
in
what
that
I'm
exact
saying.
situation.
I don't think I got the balls to do that. I think I'd rather
But it's-
rocket it forward directly in the middle than I would
Panenka.
slowly chip it. I think me kicking it the hardest to the middle is a Panenka, by the way.
Just a full force. You pull a hammy doing the Panenka.
You're like a big grunt.
He did a Panenka. Now he's out 4 to 6
yeah,
weeks.
Yeah. Doctor says I need a backiotomy.
Zidane did it in the World Cup final. Did he? He scored it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is risky,
Michael Ramos said Panenka.
but it's not. To me, it doesn't feel like insanely. It's not an insane decision where the coach is going to be like, "Why in the world did you do that?"
If you have a list of things that you should be doing
But it's
in the penalties in a playoff,
it's not the Panenka itself.
the Panenka is the last one.
It's not the Panenka itself. It is when and what game situation you are taking the
We're
Panenka.
talking penalties at the end of a match.
If you're down 1-0 and you take a Panenka, that's bad.
Playoffs, you go home because of this Panenka.
No, it would have been tied in penalties.
Sure. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
you royally fuck up your chances.
It's risky, but I don't think it's that. I'm just saying. If the percent you're saying is it 100% risky or 99%? I'm like.
Del Boy said a Panenka from a corner is more impressive.
Imagine.
I mean, yeah, of course it would be.
A paninkiko?
How do you,
That would be amazing.
you just watch it for fucking 10 minutes?
I don't even. Can you even? I'm trying to think if you can even kick it to like what would like kick it in a way.
No, it'd have to be,
It would have to curve,
yeah.
but can you even panenka it like
No.
to even reach the goal?
No, you'd hit the guy waiting in front.
Because you couldn't. You really wouldn't be able to. It would
No.
they spin the ball in. I don't know.
Physically impossible.
Okay, somebody will do it. One of you TikTokers. Why don't you try that?
DJ31 said you got to be so techie for a Panenka. No Panenka in MLS. We got him. 2 of them in that game.
Yeah,
Both went in.
Yeah. From the same team.
Same
Pretty well.
squad.
Okay. So that will lead obviously FC Dallas winning. We have does Austin and FC Dallas have a derby name?
There's a Texas Classico. Is that not it?
I mean, because it's
That'd be Houston, maybe. Houston and Dallas?
because it's. I mean, yeah, Houston and Dallas have already had that.
They'll probably call it something like the Battle for Texas. You know.
Or, yeah, I would say the Texico.
You're going to name it the
company, yeah,
the name of
Texico.
yeah, welcome to the Sunoco.
Okay. Michael Raymond said Chicharito lost the game because of a missed Panenka.
yeah, we talked about that.
And we did. Okay. All right. What was the other? Any other matches that we missed? I think we got them all. So now we're looking forward to the Philadelphia Union and FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati did recently beat Philadelphia Union. I think like 3-0 or 4-0. So they.
And that's the last time you will.
Yeah, I don't see FC Cincinnati winning this game, but I do think somebody tweeted this. It might have been Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. I believe Alejandro Bedoya is not starting in this game.
No, Jim Curtin said he hopes he can do something for him off the bench.
Right. So that's a little concerning. But
it's not easy.
it's
But
not-
Jim Curtin has dealt with worse.
Right. So hopefully they don't have.
I just have this overwhelming confidence in Philadelphia that it doesn't matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
They're going to be just fine. I don't know if they'll be good enough to win.
I think they're gonna win, and obviously I do hope NYCFC beats Montreal because I think that rematch,
Would be
that
wild.
Philadelphia Union NYCFC rematch.
The chip on Philadelphia's shoulder is
Bro.
going to be as big as the asterisk they wish was on our MLS Cup.
I think that will be the game with there'll be some tension. The
Yeah.
storyline will be great.
Montreal Cincy just ain't got the juice.
It doesn't. Look, and Montreal's good, and you know,
Montreal's an incredible team. I'm not overly confident.
yeah, neither am I.
They're a strong team.
I think it's gonna be tough. I mean, look, even
If I'm NYCFC, I get people from AZ Alkmaar to start calling Georgi Mihailovic.
oh,
You know what I mean? Get him a little bit, get him thinking about something else. You know?
like, bro, we just
It would be a shame if you hurt yourself before you came here. You know,
so
maybe take it easy in that playoff game.
so that's gonna be an interesting game. That one's gonna be on Thursday. So
Just Skolnick said off topic, but I just realized that Christian decided to dress like the studio lighting today.
that one happened to be just a coincidence.
Yeah. That is funny. Oh, you got it moving again?
Yeah, I did. You know, mixing it up. Alexis hates literally everything.
That's not true.
Okay. The this is the what was this? This was the gay pride top that they did a couple years ago in MLS. Okay.
Beautiful. They gave me a large.
So
You know that one gonna fit.
okay. There was there anything else I was gonna bring up?
No, the playoffs have been amazing. Who do you expect to move on in the next round? NYCFC versus Montreal.
I'm gonna say NYCFC.
That's right,
Very
baby.
strong
I think
chance.
it's gonna go to penalties, but I think NYCFC wins.
Mhm.
What about Philly versus Cincy?
Philly got that, but I think the Western Conference ones are probably a little bit more up in the air. El Tráfico, who wins that one?
I think it's got to be LAFC, right?
I feel an upset coming.
Mm.
I think Galaxy might do something here. And then, but Austin, Dallas. This is gonna be an interesting one. Who do you think?
You know who's gonna win that? Us, if you fly us down to go watch this game, because it's gonna be a big one. You know what I'm talking about when I say you. Come on, baby.
Austin against Dallas.
Dallas
This is
seems
gonna be
really
This is
good.
a tough one.
Yes, Dallas seems incredibly good. I think part of me wants to say that Dallas is on too much of a roll, too high in confidence for them to lose. But I can't imagine Austin losing at home.
Yeah, I feel like if this
The
game
atmosphere is just.
I feel like if this game was in Dallas, I would probably favor Dallas. But
Right.
Austin have been pretty good at home. They didn't end the season that strong, so that's like my one concern. But I think there is that concern also. Like Austin they were up 10 men for goddamn an hour, and they still needed needed penalties to win the game. So that's I think that's a little worrying. But you just wanna. It would have been nice to win that game without having to go to extra time and go through all that all that work.
What about those dudes that what is it, Austin Time TV?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna play. Thank you for reminding me.
That's what I'm here for. Super professional.
So I saw this on TikTok this morning, and we've been seeing this a little bit throughout the last couple of weeks. As soon as Austin made it into the playoffs, and a lot of teams have been doing this, but all the MLS journalists, Charles Boehm, Tom Boger,
everyone gets their card pulled in the playoffs.
all friends, Andrew Wiebe, all the friends, they've been on our show, all the homies.
Matty Doyle.
But Austin FC fans have compiled the receipts. They are not.
And they turned it into merch.
I don't know if it's merch. I don't know if this is a one-off. I don't know if this is a capsule launch.
Yeah.
But
It's a collab.
I love this. I don't know who these guys are in particular, but shouts to at We Are Austin TV. They're on TikTok and they're on Twitter and stuff. But just listen to this. If it plays.
Oh, we got a spinning wheel.
Bro, Twitter's like this, bro. Why is Twitter like this?
Just move it forward a little bit and then go back.
Yeah, I might have to refresh.
This is ridiculous. For those of you listening,
Our internet works, I swear.
yeah, we paid the bill.
There it is. Okay, so let's unmute this. But this is an Austin FC fan talking to another Austin FC fan after.
They have
after
like
the
a
match.
fan cam show.
Right. So here goes.
We got receipts, and let's bring them out. We got Charles Boehm, 12th in the West. Tom Boger, great mustache, but you had us at 11th. Matt Doyle, I love your articles. What are you thinking? 12th. David Gass. Next. Ass. Sam Jones, 12th in the West. Lowry, I think he did a podcast with some Austin people. Greg Seltzer, Andrew Weeb. My G, Andrew Weeb, but 11th, bro. We got.
I love. Okay. I love. First, David Ass is also it's a fun
Yeah.
one.
They mispronounced it. It would have been David Oss because it's David Goss.
It's David Goss.
Yeah.
But Andrew Weeb.
Well, I saw yesterday. I did not expect that I would have to be texting him afterwards. Like, bro, David Ass, huh?
Andrew Weeb is also a fun one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
nice little takes on those names. But no, they compiled the receipts. They saw what they were saying in before the season began.
Too early to do this video. You go out in the next round of the playoffs, it feels like.
Oh yeah. They're gonna be clapping back.
Yeah. Everybody, you pull their card, they're about to pull yours.
But no, man, I like I like this energy because it's showing more and more that not only do MLS fans care about their club, but they care enough to pay attention to the state sponsored journalists that work for MLS.
Yeah, state radio.
But they're like,
except for Charles Bohm. He ain't state radio. I think he's more freelance.
Oh, maybe freelance. Still counts, but they don't know their friends. It's all good.
They don't know their names. You think they're gonna know what their careers?
But I love that it's getting to the point. People get mad at Graham Souness, Roy Keane, Gary Neville. They're like these. They're part of your soccer fandom. To get mad at these guys. And if our friends here on this list have to be on,
that's part of your job.
That's part of the job.
Yeah.
Getting people mad. That shows that they care. That means that they're consuming your content. They're reading your articles. So you got to appreciate it. And sometimes they're going to get mad at it. But this is great. I love that a fan went this far because it's like, there's probably people in the stadium that's like, what's this shirt about? It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who are these men he has
That's
on his
an
shirt?
odd tweet you got on your shirt.
But it just shows that not only is the league growing and growing, but also the media around it, where they care enough to be mad at Charles Bohm.
Right.
So I love that.
How did they know how to pronounce Bohm, but not Weeby?
Bro, it might have been the first time you've seen the names. It's all good. Whatever.
He's like, yo, I don't know any of these names on here, but I know you said 12.
I know, all I know is David Ass is going to stick with him for a long time, all right?
A nice Cobra said Cincy was talking spicy as well.
Yeah.
Nothing spicy in Cincy, bro.
I saw that too when they qualified for the playoffs. But no, look, I'm happy for those clubs that qualified for the playoffs when a lot of people didn't expect that they would. It just shows that you can turn things around in this league, and you don't have to just constantly.
That is the fun part of MLS.
Yeah, live in this torment that your club is gonna just relentlessly let you down.
One little off season and everything changes,
bro. Okay. All right. Next up, let's just look back at the NWSL playoffs, and there were two matches. Houston Dash against the Kansas City Current. Houston Dash qualified for the playoffs for the first time in the team's history, and they lost 2-1. The second goal happened really, really late in the game, but Kansas City Current feel like, honestly, I feel like...
I didn't see this game, but who scored the second goal?
It was, I know Labonta scored the first one, and the second goal was scored by Kate Del Fava.
Nice, great name.
It's a great name.
The Bean.
So I felt bad for Houston because it was a very big deal that they qualified for the playoffs. But once they lost Rachel Daly, she went to Aston Villa.
Right.
It's
tough.
Yeah, you can't replace a player like that. And but they got Caprice Didasco, remember?
Yeah, from Gotham.
From Gotham. But an interesting story. There was just in NWSL there was a what is it? Not arbitration or something. There was some disagreement that they had to come to terms with about free agency and players that were fighting for their free agency, and Caprice Didasco is one of them. So it seems like she may not stay with the Houston Dash. She could probably come back to Gotham. Who knows?
So she may be able to qualify for free agency.
She did, yeah. There was like some sort of disagreement with the league and the players union, and they came to a conclusion, and I believe they won. So now these players are eligible for free agency.
Very nice.
Okay.
I did see the Alex Morgan goal she scored for San Diego Wave, which was absolutely great. I mean, what an angle to shoot from.
Right, which it was a cross, I thought.
Why would you shoot across that hard? You know what I mean?
But I do want to talk about this game because the homie Kaylin Sheridan, obviously goalkeeper for San Diego Wave.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake, man. You hate seeing. This is why, a lot of times people really go hard on players that make mistakes, and the clips go viral and blah blah blah.
This is the problem with being a goalkeeper. You make one mistake, it's the only thing anyone sees.
Right,
No one's
right.
like, what a save.
Right.
Everyone's
It's like a lot of people seeing Tyler Miller get scored on by Zlatan Ibrahimovic in that his first goal in MLS. But Caitlin Sheridan, who is the absolute homie,
incredible,
and obviously great goalkeeper, and she a poor mistake. She made a mistake last year in the playoffs as well, and I'm glad it didn't haunt her. You know what I mean?
Right.
With a loss after doing something like that. And if you haven't seen it in the 10th minute, she's she has the ball. She's trying to she takes the ball out of the box, trying to decide who to pass to, but takes her eye off the ball. And as she's stepping,
she does like an odd touch where it almost looks like, if you don't realize she's looking around, it looks like she passes it to the opposing player.
Yeah, she basically did a no look.
Like go ahead, I dare you.
Yeah,
like,
It looked like a no look pass to Yuki Nagasato. And great on Yuki to just.
You got to pounce on that opportunity.
Yeah.
But also nice chip.
Yeah.
Curved
it around Kaylin. And so a very bad start for the San Diego Wave and Caitlin Sheridan. But they equalized in the 67th minute, and then Alex Morgan. And the goal was scored in the 110th minute, but of stoppage time.
Yeah.
Not
Not
extra time.
time. As you would imagine, 110 minutes.
Right. They had clearly a very, very long stoppage.
But that was an incredible goal.
Yeah, incredible goal. So Alex Morgan, where did she finish in Ballon d'Or? I know Alexia Putellas won it, but Alex Morgan is always in that conversation. She scored a bunch of goals. She won the Golden Boot in NWSL. And but an exciting win for San Diego, because obviously the expansion team to get to the playoffs and win their playoff game, but another disappointing season for Red Stars. All the players, Alyssa Nair, Mallory Pugh, they obviously have a couple women's national team players on. So I'm more concerned about what's going to happen with the Red Stars and their issue with ownership.
There's a lot of questions that are going to have to be answered in this offseason for a lot of these clubs.
Yeah. So
Red Stars being one of them, Thorns being another one.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the Thorns are going to win it again. And it's just like this bittersweet.
We know one person that won't be invited to the celebration.
So the Thorns have been great, and it's so honestly. So,
but you know what sucks is like you want those players to win. It's just hard to root for that badge now.
And even the players are tweeting like, "Hey," and if you feel so bad because the players are like, "Hey, we really would like to support," and it's like, but the fans are like, "We don't want to support the club when this is the owner," and it's just sad. You don't know, nobody's right or wrong in that situation. You just have to kind of respect the decision of if somebody does want to go or doesn't want to go.
You get that. But the tradition is you don't root for the name on the back. You root for the badge. Portland Thorns are like, why don't we swap that just for the playoffs? Forget the fry.
Imagine they like just remove the badge or whatever.
Hey, they could wear their shirts backwards, at least in the warm-ups.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Interesting situation. But the next matches in the playoffs are obviously going to be Thorns and Wave, and Reign against the Kansas City Current. And then obviously we have the NWSL final, which is going to be on the 29th with maybe we should go to that. I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm back in town, I would love to.
Yeah, it's going to be in D.C., so at Audi Field. So that might be an interesting one to try to get out to. A bunch of incredible playoffs games. It's just going to be a nice, and a thrill leading into these both finals for both these leagues. But then we go right to a World Cup. So, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff.
This is nonstop for us.
A reminder: we're going to be doing daily episodes for the World Cup. So make sure you tune in, listen to the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also will be doing occasional watch-alongs.
I'm going to try to do a watch-along for every match.
I don't know. Good luck with that.
Why not?
Alexis is not. We're gonna schedule his funeral right after the World Cup. I don't know what he's thinking, but I'll be here from time to time. We're gonna try to do some watch-alongs, and we're gonna invite some comics and friends and other personalities and stuff to watch games with us. So, get on, especially if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel.
We got 2 couches. Might as well use them.
Exactly. So we're going to be getting TVs here. We're going to be doing a whole thing. It's going to be really fun. So now this is where you see that the studio will really come into play. and all, we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff here. So subscribe. That's it. Hit
Please.
the subscribe button and join Patreon. We were already telling a lot of people the No Cap recap episode with everything that happened in Philly with the Premier League Fan Fest. You'll get to hear all the incredible stories that you will not hear on the regular show. So patreon.com/soccercooligans. I did see we got a couple people joined. We're going to be recording that episode on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it'll be available.
So if you are a member of Gully Squad, look out for that. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
If you are a member of Gully Squad that hasn't checked out some of the content we've put up, go do that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't want to forget to do this. We have a giveaway for Gully Squad as well.
You want to go get that?
Yeah, I'm going to go get that. Okay.
He pulls up his car keys. Oh, my God. He really cares about Gully Squad, dude.
Okay.
Look at this beaut, huh?
Here we go.
You might have seen it in some of the photos.
Yes, but this is the official Premier League Fan Fest shirt.
Huh?
The jersey right there.
Exclusive, but if you look at the bottom, blat out, a little Gully Squad.
Yeah, dude.
Here's the issue. Apparently, the shirts with nothing on the back didn't show up. So that's why the Gully Squad is at the bottom.
Okay.
It looks pretty good, I think.
Still pretty dope. But no, you'll have. There's only one.
This is it.
It's just one of one. We're gonna be giving it away to one of our Gully Squad members. So join Patreon if you would like to win this. We're gonna give it away on Friday. So stay locked into the Patreon. You'll find out if you won. But if you are a Patreon member, you are already entered to win.
Shouts to you and shouts to us.
Shouts to us. We did it.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, get in there ASAP. And if you're listening, we'll post a photo somewhere so you can see it as well. It really is a dope kit. Okay. All right. We should wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again. Another dope. Shouts to US, MLS, NWSL, wild this week. And then now we got to
Playoffs full swing.
Now we got to start planning how we going to get to Montreal. We'll see what happens. As NYCFC progresses, we're like, all right, we got to go to these games.
We got to keep traveling.
Okay.
Okay, Benja Skolnick.
Who did he tweet it to? Cooligans or to you?
At me.
Send that to me. Send that to me.
There it is.
We found it. Is this the Hitman thing?
Yes, they are the legends. I knew that was the name.
Okay. Send it over.
Hold on a second. What is it? Cooligans?
Yeah. Okay, so all right, this is where we'll wrap up. Apologies for the audio listeners because you're not gonna be able to see what this is, but
I promised you. You see the logo.
but this is a logo of
it's an NPSL soccer team.
Okay. Las Vegas Legends. Yeah, here we go. Let's watch the trailer. The logo.
But if you click on the name and pull up the avatar, you will see.
Yeah.
You can show them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. Is it not as glorious as I told you?
I mean, they're in like zoot suits and fedoras, and it's the Las Vegas Legends.
They're seemingly in a pitch. They're on a pitch, right?
They look like I see mountains in the back. I mean, I guess that's what Las Vegas. That's the skyline, right?
Yeah. Because that's the strip. I mean,
Okay.
Shouts to the fans. They clearly have like a nice fan base because of this little trailer here.
Yeah.
That's great.
You love when people support American soccer. It's all good. So cool.
The coolest logo in soccer.
So I mean, the logo was not as interesting as the guy who gave us the sticker.
Yeah, I think he was all three of these men.
he was the model for both.
In different.
So people who are, if you're listening to this, it basically looks like a silhouette of Michael Jackson and Moonwalker, like that type of suit.
Oh yeah, or like
Hat,
a smooth operator, right? What, smooth criminal?
Smooth criminal.
Smooth operator.
Sade. I don't know why.
That was Michael Jackson in that one. But yeah, it's right. It's got the vibes of a little bit. Would you say it says 2012 on there, but it's really giving 1990.
And Ice Cobra Bruce said, "Why is the guy in the middle straddling the Washington Monument?"
Yeah. I know.
It's strange. I'm looking at
the line goes in the wrong place.
It's a great question.
It's an obelisk.
He is. Yeah, it looks like he's literally about to sit on a spike. It's an interesting decision, but you know what? It's all good. All right, everybody. seriously, everybody in the chat, you're the absolute best. Another fun episode. Thank you so much for joining us. You make the show what it is. Thank you so much for the contributions. I want to give a shout out to SKC Fan TV because he's very close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Get that going, y'all. What is he at? 800 something?
Something like that. There's no excuse.
We can help the boy out.
Hit subscribe on there, and also make sure to subscribe to the Cooligans YouTube, our new Clips channel. Please. We have we're trying to grow that channel. We're putting all of our shorter clips on there. So please get over to that Clips channel. You can see it right here. If you look up on our main page on YouTube, you will see the circle right there where you can subscribe to the Cooligans Clips channel. So please do that ASAP. All right, we will see you when we see you next week. Back with a bunch of fun shows and no cap recap this week with everything that happened in FanFest. So hurry up and join Patreon, and then you can also win that Premier League FanFest shirt. All right. Y'all the absolute best, everybody. Peace.